Hey guys, so apparently about 22 plus hours ago, some guy in Russia hacked into Valorant and was able to um, essentially get access to the new agent that's going to come out this next episode. And his name is Yoru, which in Japanese means night. And it kind of coincides with the way this character works from what a few of us have already seen from this video and what everyone's seen from the leaks before with the phantom footsteps. This is all in Russian. I don't know any, can't read it, so I'm just gonna kind of explain my thoughts as this video goes. There are two videos. One of them is of the agent and all of his abilities, and then there's this one that will show the intro when you go into the menu and the battle pass and maybe some other things. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't finished watching it. So without further ado, let's begin. So there he is, Yoru, wearing his blue jacket with that little electric fox looking thing on his back. So it looks like this is gonna be the bulldog. Nice little charm, some radiant points, radianite, couple calling cards. Oh, this is a battle pass. Okay. So it's showing just more calling cards, a few more charms. I like that shotgun, it looks pretty cool. It reminds me of the Killjoy one. I'm not a huge fan of the skins. I'm not a huge fan of this skin right here, but the tier 20 gun, that kind of skin is a little more up my alley. I like this graffiti skin. Ooh, Roomba. The Ares, again, another gun. Ooh, oh man. Dude, I really like this calling card. And it looks like Sage is reviving Omen, maybe. This is funny because Sage was my original main, and now it's Omen. And I love the color scheme. I love purples, I love greens, I love blues. Like all this right here, it's my jam. A Shakespearean breach. A questioning Chet. More radianite points, another graffiti. Oh, that one looks pretty cool though. Like something you'd find in the favelas. Oh, there you go. That's some fan service right there. Look at that. Killjoy being the lo-fi girl. Oh, another phantom skin. Again, I'm not a fan of that one. Wait, did it choose it differently twice? Oh, does it land on a random gun? It does. It's a frenzy on this one, and then boom, a Bucky on the next. Ooh, that's interesting. Ah, I like that knife. Not a fan of that classic. Is that a pepper? Like pepper shaker? I wish I could read Russian, man. Okay, now he's checking out the different colors that you can get for each of the guns. Ooh, that pink one looks pretty clean. Wait, what? What's that shorty coming from, though? I wonder how you access these guns. Maybe those are the new gun skins that you can buy? Yeah, those might be different gun skins that are coming out in the store. So Yoru kind of has this phoenix flair to him. Yoru. That's all I can say about that part. So it looks like these are phantom footsteps, and they're making noise. And as you can tell, going through a teleporter will cause a normal noise as opposed to like Sage's orbs or Sova's drone or Raze's bot. Like those make a really distinct noise this one right here replicates what an actual person would sound like going in. So it looks like you're going to be able to fake TPs like in Bind, just like you would with Omen. And it looks like you have 2 uses. So you could potentially have an Omen Yoru in Bind, fake a TP like 4 times, and then just be like, yeah, the whole party's in here. But honestly, probably like at a higher elo, that won't be a factor as much. This is probably going to be a little overpowered in the lower elos, just because at a higher elo, people kind of expect the flank and they know all these tricks. They won't be tricked that easily. Oh, okay, so he drops it, and he can activate it from anywhere. Well, I don't want to say from anywhere, because for all we know, there is a distance limit. But it looks like you could potentially leave footsteps somewhere safely. Like, you could be, the scenario could be that you see the whole team just pass by. So instead of going to push up on them, you put this here, start making your way around, catch them where they were actually going, and then give a fake flank. And there doesn't seem to be any kind of time limit. You get to use it right away, or you can, it looks like you can probably just hold it there as long as you want. There doesn't seem to be anything holding that back. And it goes a really far distance. Alright, that right there. Hold on. So it went through the wall. I'm starting to wonder whether or not you're going to be able to just be behind a wall and just have footsteps go through, and then you don't even have to expose yourself to any kind of danger. You can, like, let's say you're on ascent and you're in tree and you want to make noise, like if you're in hell. You're in tree, you send it through going towards hell, and then whoever's planting the bomb maybe hears it, thinks there's someone right there, and then you come out through the retractable door, and then you could probably flank them right there. Depending on whether or not this goes through walls, it'll change up so much, and it'll make it completely different the way you play it from what I was originally thinking. So what's he doing now? Okay, so next is his flash. Alright, so he's bouncing it. That one looked like it got stuck. Alright, so let's look at all that again. So, one bounce, and then flash. Bounce and a flash. Okay. Throws. Bounce. Now, okay, right there, there doesn't seem to be a secondary trigger. I gotta pay attention down here. Nope. You don't trigger it yourself. So because originally this third throw right here, this one, it looks like it gets stuck and then activates, but I doubt that's the case anymore. I think it was just a distance thing. It just so happened to like last up to that point. Cause right there, all right. So it shows that if the flash does not make contact with any physical object, it will not go off, and you can't activate it. So I have to assume that there's no way to activate it before it fizzles. You need to hit something. But yeah, you could probably like try to bank these off of like little window areas. Okay, so this has a timer. Okay, it's a teleport. So alright, so it's showing that you send it with left click, right click, place it down, but we'll see. Maybe he'll do both. So I'm pretty sure that's a left click. And it has a lot of time. That thing is barely chunking away, barely. I wonder, my question is whether or not the enemies will be able to see it. Because as it stands, if no one can see this, it's going to be overpowered. But if the enemies can at least be aware of this, then it balances it out. It's essentially, were you paying attention to it? And if that's the case, if people can see it, then it would be good. A good mix with like Omen or Phoenix or Sky, anyone that like has either a smoke or flashes, so that you can just have this little cursor just go through all of that undetected, essentially. Yeah, you see, it's still, it went through the he's in. Yeah, you can place it down. Okay. Dude, that goes so far. It goes through. And look, he still has another half, right here, another half of that time. Imagine playing on bind and you go B long and you do like a quick peek, you send it out, do it, and then if you have a Sky, preferably a Sky, I think this is the one time that I would prefer Sky over the other flashers. But you essentially have Sky send it over all the buildings, try to aim for B long, or even through garden to B long, flash them like 2, maybe 3 times, just enough so that this little teleporter goes all the way to fountain, and then you get a flank out of it. Dude, crazy. Did it made noise, right? It makes normal noise. Oh my god, the plays that can come out of that. Oh, that's something I want to know. If he does that teleport, is he facing the same direction that the little marker was going through? Is it going to be like Omen, where whatever direction you're facing when you do a little teleport, like, are you oriented to the way you're looking right before the teleport or not? Alright, so it's facing that way. Yeah, okay. So it is. It's like Omen. Because if he were to do it, like, let's say right now, right this second, and let's say he was facing whatever other direction, if it was not like Omen and he's like facing straight wherever he sends it, then he would have been looking at the target right over here. But he was facing the right here. He's facing the right side, which means he's gonna face the little arch doorway right there. So it goes by orientation of right before the teleportation. So he's facing left, essentially. Yeah, so you go through the teleporter, you're facing left. Okay. Alright, so this one he's placing down. So it is making a noise. It's kind of loud. This may be slightly better than Omen's teleport, just because for Omen you have to kind of like throw your teleport at a good distance, jump into into the teleporter on bind, and then you'll send yourself, go in, and then you have like a second of reaction where you can kind of like look around and then you get teleported away. This guy, on the other hand, can kind of just set his respawn location, run in completely kitted. Like, he can still have his gun, he can still have his flashes and all his other things, and being able to choose when to teleport is probably way more advantageous than how Omen teleports. Because with Omen there is like a small window of how long you can be in a location before you get taken away, as opposed to this guy. I don't want to go yet. He has all the time in the world. He can peek around, he can get a few frags and then get away from it. He could make noise in one look. He could leave one thing, like he can leave the respawn location outside of a teleporter, run in, not open anything, but just start shooting through to make like his presence known, and then teleport back. So the question is, do you make a noise when you respawn? Like, one, do you make a noise when at the location that you respawn at? Two, do you make a noise wherever you are as you're teleporting away? And three, can they see? If they can see it, then it might be like a Phoenix ult where when you go back, they're like, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna knife you. I need to see how, like, if there's an animation, because Phoenix pops his collar and takes a full day to respawn, and then there's so much time to find the Phoenix and kill him off. I wonder how long all this takes. Okay, so it seems that as far as noise, you can hear, like, the distance he's at, it's a very light noise. So you might have to be pretty close for the noise to actually register to you. Like, I can hear it from here, and it's kind of far, but like it's very light. So any other footsteps can mask it. You could probably send your phantom footsteps to run along with it. Like, imagine you just get your phantom feet, start having those walk, send your little teleporter, and they're guiding each other, and it might even mask it. Like, if the other team can see it, then maybe, and if they can see the footsteps, then the little flames or whatever that the footsteps leave could probably mask the teleport. And here's another thing, like this little thing here, I don't know if that's just an indicator of, hey, this is where the point is, or if this whole thing would, like, if it's visible, if this whole thing will be visible, or if it's just this little thing on the bottom. Because if it's just this small thing at the bottom, I'm pretty sure the footsteps will do the trick, essentially. Alright, let me take a look. Yeah, look at those footsteps. It could probably mix well with it. So you have like 1 second of that animation before you teleport. So it's pretty quick. For reference, it takes maybe like 2 seconds for Omen to go from one place to another. So this might be quicker. It might be really quick, actually. So he has his knife. Knife gone, knife back. So that's another, like, it's just 1 second in, 1 second out, it looks like. One, boom. And he's back. Alright, so this is the ult. Okay. I don't know if this is him being fully invisible or if he's intangible the way Reyna is. The reason that matters is because obviously if he's just intangible, they're going to be able to see him. But this is an ult. I think the ult will have you fully invisible, but they can probably still hear you. Kind of like Reyna, where she goes invisible, but you can still hear where she kind of respawns. How many seconds is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's about 10 seconds. And you can get in and out of it at will. Alright, so you don't have to wait for it to finish. You can choose when to get out of it, just like Reyna. How long does it take to get out of it? So I want to assume that from an enemy's perspective, it'll essentially look like you're tearing out the universe, essentially. That's what I feel it would look like. And if the enemy's able to see that, I feel that they're going to be able to shoot you as soon as you open it. They might be able to shoot you while you're invisible. I don't think that you're like Reyna where you're intangible and invisible during her ult. I think this is just invisibility, but let's see. I feel like when you open it like this, it's still purple on the side. You still have your hands like tearing it up. I feel like they're going to be able to shoot you through that. Like this right here is just essentially you're opening up that one area for a headshot, but bam, right there. Let's knock this off. Okay, so I can't read any of this, but so the footsteps cost 100 creds each. You can have up to 2. That makes it 200 right there. It looks like the flashes you can also buy 2 of, which would make it another 400, which would make that 6, which means you'll be able to buy this guy's abilities at full abilities at 600, leaving you with an extra 200. So you can either get shields and a classic if you want full abilities, or you can go 2 flashes, 1 step, and a ghost. That way you can flash in, but I don't think that would be beneficial. But the third ability is their natural ability, so I have to assume that you're gonna start off with one, just like every other character, and then you would have to get 2 kills to fill it up again, just like Phoenix's fireball. So I'm gonna assume that you come in with one of these for free. So let's say you get that, you get 2 flashes, 1 step, and a ghost. So again, I'll use Ascent A as an example. So you're going in and you send out your little footsteps. They start making noise, so the other team's like, okay, they're gonna start to try to push. Right before it actually passes the door, the little arch, you send out a flash, and then they're gonna assume that you're rushing them because they heard the footsteps right before. They might start shooting. They'll give up their location if they don't have any trigger discipline. And then as the footsteps are going, as the flash is kind of messing with them, you send out your little teleport and then send out another flash. And then that teleport's going to go in somewhere. You infiltrate the site, and then you'll essentially start to like sandwich them from one end to the other. You know, that's just me spitballing an idea for this character. But yeah, 200, 100, you can buy 2 of each. This one right here, 2 kills, refills it, and then you're all at 7 points. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me. I'm really excited to check out these new abilities. And this guy seems like a mix of Phoenix and Omen. So I'm really excited to get to that. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys.